I just had a thought and I had to record. So as far as my YouTube stuff goes, I just had the thought of, in the past, if I had done all this like a few years ago, I'd done the 5 videos and none of them got any views, I think, that weren't me. I think I would have considered that a failure. Whereas right now, I consider it a first step. So what I used to consider a failure, I now consider a first step. And I think that that is pretty fucking huge, actually. It does kind of suck that it didn't get picked up by the algorithm. But then I scroll back through people who I care about, like the people whose YouTubes that I watch, and YouTube's, Jesus, I swear I'm Gen Z. But especially the people who made it in the past like year or so had to be posting consistently for a long time, at least a few months before I think that they got anywhere. So like, I know that there's like been a lot of stories of people just blowing up, but I think that those days of somebody blowing up with one cool video that they just posted is kind of gone. And now you need to have a consistent backlog and a little bit more gradual growth before you can reach the exponential growth. And I'm okay with that. I've actually got like 10 followers on TikTok in the last 3 days. Yay. Exactly. I don't know if you can hear the husky downstairs. I work above a dog wash, so we get an opera. Yeah. What he said. I agree. So I might make a video with more thoughts on it, but the crux of it is, what I used to see as failure, I now see as a first step. What I used to see as failure, I now see as a first step. It's not a closed door. It's more like a door that opened and the room behind it was a little disappointing. But I can still go into the room and work on the next door and see what the next room has. Keep my expectations reasonable while maintaining my motivation, and that's all I can do. I still haven't edited those shorts, but honestly, I've needed like a little bit of a break from it because, as you can imagine, I was really like in it like all of last week. Almost every free moment I was editing, and I felt like that. Like my brain was gone. So I do think it was good. I'm okay with something being a sleeper hit. I do need to work on a script and record so I can upload something by next Saturday. I do still like the idea of the quality versus quantity, and I have this now and another like ranty video that I could upload if I wanted to, maybe to my Patreon or whatever. We'll see. I'm okay with being adaptable, and I'm okay with it fitting into my life the way that I said it would. So anyway, yeah. So what I used to see as failure, I now see as first step. What I used to see as failure, I now see as a first step. That's the crux of the thing. Anyway, I'm going to go back to doing my job now. Bye. Okay. One more little video. So I also just had the thought of like, to be successful on the internet, you have to be consistent and insistent. Consistent, obviously, in way of like, you have to consistently be making things. I think that the days of randomly uploading something and leaving, and somehow being successful is kind of gone. And I don't love that, because I do think that it kind of makes a lot of people feel like they have to kind of like clock in, clock out vibe and just constantly be grinding. But you have to be insistent too. Sorry, I can't control the dog wash downstairs and their fan dryer. Me too, bud. Me too. Anyway, so not only do you have to be consistent, you have to be insistent. So what what I mean by that is that you have to like insist that you are going to be found by the people who want to find you. You have to just continue to go, to grow, post. Like, I don't know if you've seen these videos on TikTok where people are like, you have to bully the algorithm. I don't necessarily agree with the people that are like, you have to post 20 times a day. But I do agree with it's like, the algorithm will learn more about you the more that you post. And I don't like talking about it as if it's a sentient being, but it will favor you the more you insist, the more consistent and the more insistent that you are that this is what you want to be doing. You know what I mean? Consistent and insistent. Insist upon the fact that you will be successful, insist upon it. And that's honestly a principle beyond just posting. It's kind of anything, but especially a career that requires attention from the public. Consistent and insistent. Consistent and insistent. Insist upon.
Insists upon itself, Lois.
What? Because there's the principle that there are people out there who want to find you. But if you go searching for them and they are searching for you, there is a likelihood that you will never meet. But if you stay in one place and you just keep shouting, then the people who are looking for you have a higher chance of actually finding you. And that's one of the great things about the internet. And one of the temptations of the internet is that it's really, really tempting to not do that anymore. So yeah, be consistent and insist upon your success and see where it goes. It's easy to say this stuff during the light of day and in theoreticals, I know. It's harder to actually do it. It's harder to actually put work into something whenever you don't know if you're going to get an immediate reward. It's not the same thing as like clocking in. You know what you're going to get whenever you clock in versus whenever you're creating online. And it's completely possible that you get a big old goose egg and that's it. And that sucks. And I understand that. Most of these I'm just talking to myself and I'm trying to encourage myself and I'm just trying to share what little inspirational thoughts come to me whenever they do as a way to honor the fact that I am a conduit sometimes for which good ideas pass through. And hopefully, if I keep standing here and shouting, if you're meant to find me, you'll find me. So be consistent and insistent with your success. Be consistent and insistent that you will be successful. Insistent. That's the right word, right? I would suck if I record this whole video and that was not the right way to say the word. Insistent. Insistent. Insists upon itself. Yeah. You have to insist upon yourself. Be the Godfather.
Because it has a valid point to make. It's insistent.
Stupid. Okay. I have other videos that are less ranty and more structured if you want to check it out. I also have videos that are like this too. So I am insistent that you should subscribe if you liked this. I need to be more confident. I insist that if you liked this, you could subscribe. I will try my best to be consistent and be worthy of my insistence. Cool. Thank you. Bye.